Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, as we celebrate the World Environment Day, I would like to throw light upon Anita Desai's novel Fire on the Mountain with a perspective of eco-criticism. Before we begin, we should know what is eco-criticism. Eco-criticism is a relationship between nature and human being. Eco-criticism was a movement that started in 1990s, in which we see that many writers and many artists who has been trying to put forward their work in a contribution to save the world. Just like that, Anita Desai's novel Fire on the Mountain portrays a very vivid picture of how woman is so close to the nature, and it's human beings who is causing harm to the nature as they're causing harm to their mother. And she also tries to put forward a message that it's we who need the nature rather than nature who needs us. Keeping this in mind, as we move forward, we see in the novel Fire on the Mountain, we have characters like Ila Das, Nanda Kaul, Raka, who altogether puts forward a very strong image of nature representing itself through the perspective of a woman. And in the starting, we see Nanda Kaul is living on the hills of Kasoli, and she doesn't like to be disturbed, or she's very happy in her isolated world. Soon, her isolation is being disturbed by the letter of her daughter, stating that her great granddaughter will be coming to stay with her for her ill health, and she needs recovery, and it will be good for her that if she will be shifted to the mountain as her mother and father are shifting to Geneva. And in that even we see how Raka's mother, she's just like a nature, just giving out everything to this male dominated society. And despite of her not liking to shift with her husband, she just gives in so that she can keep her husband happy. As she has always kept in her mind, it is she because of whom her marriage is having all form of trouble. So we have Raka, who is, later part we see she is coming to Nanda Kaul, and how Nanda Kaul is so disturbed by, she doesn't want to take up responsibility anymore. She's old now and she wants to live her life isolated. She doesn't want to be disturbed by other, and she doesn't want to be interfered and doesn't want to interfere as well. So when Raka comes over there, she's very scared at how this child is going to be, and what is she going to do, how she's going to affect her lifestyle. But the moment Raka arrives over there, she's like kind of relaxed. She, after observing her, she realized Raka is just like her. She doesn't care what is going around, and she's just happy like being like that. I know even Raka doesn't want herself to be disturbed by Nanda Kaur. Her relationship grow as we see that in the afternoons, the Raka, like, she's out to discover her own world, and this Nanda Kaur, she is busy in her own world, and we have the servant with whom Raka shares a friendship, a bond, so that she it's the relationship is like he's telling her stories about the foxes, how the modernity is affecting the environment, how they are setting up labs and testing on animals and disposing their body, and how jackals are coming to feed it up. Well, it's a simple thing, she's just trying, he's just trying to portray that we as human being are not being responsible and causing harm to the nature. And he even warns her, you shouldn't be going that side. It's just like he, acting as a wise man, is telling nature to isolate herself from the attachment she shares with us human beings. It's and as Raka herself, she portrays nature, and she's just reflecting nature, and she says she's like, in the whole novel, she's like, she is detaching herself from all the attachment she had with the world, and which is even proved by the example, like when she Nanda Kaur receives a letter from her mother stating that her health is not well and she's having a mental breakdown. Raka is not worried. She's like, it's okay, kind of thing. She doesn't care about what is happening in the world, and she's just busy in her own life. She doesn't want to be disturbed. And there are many incidents of Nanda Kaur, as we see Anita Desai portrays Nanda Kaur as an example of nature directly, as she's like she has been trying to be a very good wife, a very good mother throughout her life, and now she's tired. She doesn't want to take up responsibility, just like our nature, who is like who has been through so much that she is now tired, and she wants to restore herself, which we can now even see, like the nature is restoring herself in one way or the another, and it's we who are going to suffer through it. Just like that, in the novel, as the novel progresses, the Nanda call, she's developing a bond with Raka, and she one day decide ki, okay, chill, let's take Raka out for a walk in the afternoon to the monkey point. And when they reach over there, it's just like the langurs and all. They are portraying an image of how the human beings have been a mockery to the nature, and from there she's being more affected by it. And when she comes back home and they are like continuing her life, we have the third phase, the phase of iladas. As Raka and Nanda call, we have already portrayed how they represent nature. Now we have iladas. She's one of the very important character in the novel, as she represents the nature directly, and how she's going to portray like how we are causing a harm to the nature and how we are causing harm to the female as well. We see that as the novel progresses, that she is calling Nanda Kaur, and she is very eager to see Raka. But and she next day when she arrives over there for the high tea, we see she is describing Raka as in worm or an insect, who just want to hide somewhere. And we see the moment, this incident, there is this incident when she is going back to her house and she's being raped over there and killed. Just like we take everything from the nature who is just trying to help us, and we at the end we just destroy it. Just like that, the cause of her death was actually she, as working in an NGO, has caused trouble to not trouble, in fact she has stopped a child marriage from taking place in the village. And the father of the daughter, being angry from her, as she being revolting, he takes an revenge by killing her, raping her, and then disposing her body openly. Just like we have these three characters, they are specifically representing nature in their own form. Together, we get a message, like how we should, go back to our nature and restore it. Or because if we don't do it, the nature is going to do it herself, and that we are not going to like it. Just like whatever we are facing in the current time. Simple thing. It's just like it's a message to everybody over there listening to me. Save the world, or it's going to save itself by her own, and we are not going to like it. Start doing, start acting. This is the time.